Let's start off with a hypothetical situation. A doctor comes into his work. He works with pregnant people and their babies, but unknown to all of them, he is he have whooping cough. A couple days later, a mother and her baby gets it, and a couple days after that, the baby does not make it. This is a very real future that we could be under if Idaho is continue. Today, I will argue the law that Idaho is trying to activate, make it illegal for people to be discriminated based on their vaccination records. In other words, make it legal to be unrequired to have vaccinations if you're in the health and educational services. Even though I strongly believe in free right and people have the ability to choose, I believe that the health benefits and the cost clearly points that we should keep people required. Today, I will argue the reasons why Idaho should keep the law that people should be required. 1. It creates a safe work environment. 2. It saves the companies and the workers from losing money. And 3. Despite what people think, then it is more ethical for people to get their vaccinations. For the first point, we're going to talk about a safe work environment. We are constantly more risks of disease, like measles, mumps, and rubella, and even smaller things like hepatitis and influenza. Some of these might seem very rare, but they can quickly spread in unvaccinated populations. As for vaccines, vaccines are made to expose the body to a weak germovirus. They help the immune system recognize it. That is a quote from Public Health. Vaccines are there so we can create this healthy environment for our workers. But what about people who cannot be vaccinated? According to the CNC, one of the groups who cannot take vaccines are one with severe allergies, or in other cases, people who are too young, pregnant, or have Guillain-Barré syndrome. But with these people, they can be protected by herd immunity. According to APIC, which is an organization delivered to help people be healthy, herd immunity protects the vulnerable when vaccination rates are high. That's high. Now you can see that almost anyone can be benefited by vaccines, and we can all create a healthy environment if vaccines do their work. Now, let's move on to saving money. Let's start off with the companies. According to companies, first, flu and other things cost lots of money for businesses. According to the Integrated Institute, or IBI, illnesses-related loss, illnesses lose productivity. Illness related to lost productivity costs people $530 billion each year. According to their president, that is more money than Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, eBay, and Adobe combined. Now, that's for the employee. Now, that's for the companies. Let's talk about the workers. The Economic Policy Institute states if the workers need to take off even a half a day of work for illness, that's equivalent to about a month's worth of fruit and vegetables at the grocery store. 3 days is the entire budget for the grocery store. And 7, that's about a month's worth of rent and mortgage payment. Now, what about flus? And now, what about vaccines like the flu and stuff? For the average prices that are not the flu, the CDC gives us averaging the prices for a vaccine that are not the flu. The CDC gives us a mean of $103.15. During the same for the flu, that's about $21.76. That is Even if we do every person in America, that is pales so much to what people lose every year. And we only now think about that. That could just be for the flu. Even half a day more, even a half a day causes that much damage. Now think of what would happen if something more serious could happen. Food for thought. Now let's talk about even why, even though most people say it's unethical, let's talk about why it's more ethical to make make this make people require vaccination. First, vaccines are dangerous. Just one example in 2000. Here's just one example in 2000. In 2000, measles were in 2004. In 2000, measles were declared eliminated, but in 2004, 668 cases of measles happened. This is because of a lack of vaccinations and there was no herd immunity, according to APIC. That might seem not a lot, but every one of those cases could have been avoided if people just vaccinated. And that doesn't include the dangers of other vaccines like hepatitis, polio, mumps, and all of those could easily be avoided. Now, despite what people think, let's talk about why it's more ethical that people get vaccinated. As we can show, vaccines prevent so much. And is it more ethical that people have a choice while people around them could easily suffer? We have a responsibility. Our doctors have a responsibility. And why I don't think everyone should have that choice. Doctors should have the responsibility to take care of us. And it's sad to say, we know what could happen if people are not vaccinated. We've seen what could happen if a virus or germ spreads. And we know the scary thing of what happens if doctors are not vaccinated as well. And this is something to not take lightly. And all of this to do it if doctors rise up and play their part. Just with something as simple as a vaccine, we protect our environment, we save money, and it's so ethical for the health of everybody. So please, do your part, and do your part, and please.